This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. I'm going to try my hardest to do this episode without getting distracted by fireworks because it is the 4th of July. I figure, fireworks is going to be going on for a long period of time, so I might as well just try to hurry up, get this episode out the way before I mess around and forget, or, I'm doing all these different takes. I'm going to just try to hurry up, get this episode just done, moving on, alright? But I will be going off about technology once again because, I just don't like the fact that I waste my money on technology thinking that, I'm upgrading in life, but I feel like I just downgraded in life. Overall, I should have just stuck to making music on my phone rather than getting a $900 MacBook, alright? Buying a program twice, once for $80 and then another time for $200, wasting my money. Fam, I could have used that money for so many different things. Instead, I use it to help myself, but at the end of the day, it ain't really helping. So, let's just go all the way from the beginning in all of this. Like, where did this all start? Like, overall, how did I come about getting a MacBook, Logic Pro, and all that stuff, alright? So anyways, I'm scrolling through TikTok. Shouldn't have been doing that. Scrolling through TikTok. I see that T-Pain posted a video of how he uses Logic Pro and GarageBand to make his music. So I'm like, fam, T-Pain, he be out here making millions off of his music, right? I think he said he made more money from gaming, so I should have just got me some more gaming equipment instead of going and getting me a MacBook, but no, I decided not to. So anyways, I go out, get me a MacBook Air, because I was like, I'm not going to get a MacBook Pro. I'm actually kind of happy I didn't get a MacBook Pro, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe the MacBook Pro is what I needed. But if right now where it's at with Apple, I'm like, you guys should have probably just stuck with iPods. I'm saying I'm pretty sure the computers are good. I'm not going to say that they're the worst computer I've ever had, but I am going to say that this computer, I would have been better off without it, pretty much. All right. So anyways, go out, get me a MacBook Air. I'm all happy. I'm fooling around with GarageBand. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a beauty. This is going to be a legitimate beauty. Then I remembered, Logic Pro still exists, but I see that it costs $200. Don't really feel comfortable doing that. So I go on this website, buy Logic Pro for $80. Not realizing that the app that I bought off of that generic website, it's never going to update. So overall, I had wasted my money on that app when I could have just, here's the thing. I wasted my money with the computer, but I didn't see that at that time. I wasted my money with the app, and I should have just saved. Just, wait until I got paid again, and then got the $200 version. So, I eventually did do that. I got paid, I bought the $200 version. There's still nothing that is, helping me with this. And I'm like, fam, I'm starting to, not even starting, I am annoyed. I'm annoyed over the fact that you mean to tell me that I bought all this stuff just to find out that so, here's the thing. You can't record the music. So there's a thing in there called live loops. And I was like, I'm used to this. I remember doing this on the BandLabs app. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this all over again. Even though I did say, I got all this music equipment and I was just going to, just create music from scratch. I'm like, no, I'm going to use this live loops because the music sounds really nice in there, right? So I go and try to record it. It's not recording. And I'm like, well, why does it even have a thing there to record if it's not going to record? You see, that's where my issue is with technology, when it's like you guys put things there for what reason? Like, honestly, you guys sit down and think about these type of things. Like, you mean to tell me that when you guys was sitting down and thinking, hey, we should create another form of a computer. We should create a computer and we should call it MacBook Air just to have it, alright? Sometime later, I go out and I become a owner of a MacBook Air and it doesn't even live up to its standards. I'm saying, you mean to tell me I use so many different, the program that I'm using right now to record my podcast, this episode, I use this program. I use Streamlabs OBS. I use OBS Studios. Not any of those programs record. Then when you look it up on social media, or not social media, on Google, they make it seem like that it's a non-existent problem. And I'm like, it is a problem. You mean to tell me I'm the only one that's dealing with this? No, it's stuff like that where I'm like, fam, I don't get that. I don't get why you guys are like, oh, let's come out with these things, but have it where it doesn't work all the way properly. Nah, bro, I'm getting sick and tired of buying technology, and it's like, fam, either it works or it doesn't. If it works, put it on the shelves. If it doesn't, take it off the shelves. But the whole, like, idea, because I'm saying, I feel like nowadays, people like that, you know, the creators of like electronics, like iPhones, Samsung Galaxies, MacBooks, I'm saying all Xboxes, PlayStations, I'm saying all electronics, all technology, they put that stuff on them shelves, knowing that they're only halfway done with it. Because remember back, like, in, you know, like, let's go all the way back to, like, you know, when we were kids, during the time frame of when I was a kid, let's say, like, during that time of where I was, like, 7, 8 years old, do you think that would slide with today, or, you know, like, let's say, if it was that generation today, do you think that would slide where, like, with a PlayStation 2? I mean, I guess it would, since it would be in the same generations, but, like, so, you know what, taking it back to, you know, that generation, right? PlayStation 2, you had them big fat, you know, MacBook computers, right? You know, 4K TVs and all that stuff. But I'm saying, I'm honestly, I'm probably just gonna rant about every electronic that I've had that has issues. But anyways, like, how do you think that would look? Because I'm saying, if that was going on back then, MacBook wouldn't be a company. They wouldn't have no iPhones. They wouldn't have no iPods. They wouldn't have none of that stuff. So they were making sure of it when, at that time, when electronics and technology wasn't really all that advanced and all that stuff. They're all like, oh, let you know, just, we gotta release this and we gotta make sure that it's good so people will buy it up. Just to have it fast forward years later where you're like, oh, let's just put out an iPhone that's just going to last a year, and then after that put out another iPhone and just keep doing that. Do you realize how annoying that is? Do you realize how annoying, they're like, okay, you know, shifting over to a different electronic, my 4K TV. Why is it that I'm always the one buying some, like, weird or janky product? Like, I don't get that. But, like, no, my 4K TV, it's not even the best 4K TV. I'm sitting here thinking I got the best 4K TV. Why would you guys put out multiple different types of 4K TVs? Like, I understand if a company puts out the same TV because, you know, like, if, like, let's say for an example, Samsung, if you get a TV, if you get our TV, you get 2 remotes for free, right? Or if, let's say, if it's LG, they're like, let me think of something to add. Or you get a $25, you know, gift card to our LG website. Or if it's Sony, they're like, oh, you get 3 months of, PlayStation Plus or whatever. You know, that, in my opinion, that's different types of TVs with different types of perks because all those perks sound good, right? Now, what I don't get with a TV, with the 4K TV that I have, is that it's a 60 frames per second TV, or it's like HZs, hertz, or whatever. It's a 60 hertz TV, if that makes sense. Gigahertz, hertz, whatever it is, right? But that's not the best. The best is like 240, 200, or like, you know, just overall something higher than 60. why would you guys have a 60 hertz TV if that's HZs? I'm going to just say HZs because I don't know if I'm saying it right. But why did you guys put out a 60 HZ TV knowing that people ain't going to want that if a better one is out? I'm saying it's like that to me just doesn't, because then a person like myself is going to realize that and they're going to be like, well, dang, I want that TV. That's just a waste of money. Like, it's stuff like that where it's like, fam, if I owned a company, an electronic company, let's say if I, let's say if I came out with a electronic company and I decide to call it Moss, right? I'm like, Moss TVs, Moss phones, all these other, it's like, oh, it's actually a good idea though. Like environment friendly, like electronics and stuff, like all made by invite like just overall like recycled material and all. Dang, that's such a solid idea. Man, I might end up doing that. I might end up. But here's the thing. If I did decide to do that, I'm not going to put out the cheapest TV and then the most expensive TV. I'm putting out a TV where it's smack dead in the middle, all right? Or if it's going to be the top tier TV, all right? Top tier. There ain't going to be no lower tiers. There ain't going to be no tiers where it's like, oh, this isn't the best, or this is a smaller version, or yeah, I'll come out with different versions of or sizes of the TV. So let's say if you want to put your TV in like the kitchen area, you ain't gonna want to put no 60-inch TV in no kitchen area. No, you're gonna want to put maybe like a 20-inch, maybe 30-inch TV in that area. Cool, solid, right? And then for your bedroom, you might want to put a 60-inch in there, or a 70-inch, or a 100-inch. That's cool, that's solid. That's normal. But I'm not going to put a 60 HZ and a 240. It's stuff like that that's stupid. Because a person is going to want the best TV with the best quality, with the best. And when you go online, the thing is this, because they're making it seem like that, people out there, they're just looking at all the, perks and all that. If they're looking for a 4K TV and they've never had a 4K TV before, like back, then it was like what? You had the 720p TVs, the 1080p TVs. That's what a person was looking for. The best quality. They're not getting a 144p TV or anything, or a 240p TV. They're wanting the 1080p. So why is it that when it got to 4K, all of a sudden there's different tiers of 4K. Oh, there's 4K 60 HD, then there's 4K 120 HD, now there's 4K 240. That's not, it's the same. Here's the thing. It's the same thing, but the frame rate. So if you pay attention, I guess, to frame rate and stuff, it doesn't, if it's 60, it's not gonna be moving crystal clear. Everything's gonna be crystal clear. It's gonna look like it's not gonna look as good, And the person, it's like when the thing is this, I remember when I very first got my 4K TV and I plugged it up and I was using it and I'm watching wrestling and all that. I felt something in my soul saying, this isn't the right TV. Something just doesn't seem right. This seems off, And sure enough, I was right. And I was going to go out and get me another TV, but I'm like, fam, I ain't even trying to do all that, So then I just say, you know what? Ship has sailed. I'm just going to live with this TV until it goes out or until I decide to get me a newer TV. But I just find that so stupid where it's like, why would you guys put out multiple TVs like that? Or even talking with phones. Let's talk on phones real quick on why they put out multiple different phones. What's the idea of that? If you guys just put out a medium-sized phone rather than the smallest iPhone and then a freaking iPad-sized iPhone, just put out a decent-sized iPhone that can fit into any pocket on a person's pants, jacket, hat, shoes. I'm saying, do that. You don't have to put out multiple. You don't have to put out an iPhone SE. You don't have to put out, because I'm saying, I can get where it's like, if you put out an iPhone, for the older people in this world, right? You put out an iPhone because they might not know all the technology and all the stuff that comes with it. Okay, so why you guys not just have it? You still release that one iPhone, right? You release that one iPhone. But obviously, you know, if let's say if a grandma or grandpa buys an iPhone and they're like, oh, well, I don't want all that fancy stuff to come with it. Like, I don't want a bunch of apps. I don't want. It's like, all right. You know, there's a settings on this phone where you can switch it to grandpa or grandma. It may be offensive, but hey, you know, that's overall what you are, right? That's what settings you want, right? Yeah, we're gonna put out that type of we're gonna put that software in there for you and things where it's not meant for somebody that's like 20 years old. It's meant for a person that's like 60 plus, right? And then, you know, it might be in some. Now my TV is messing up. That's just, I swear, man. Like, electronics is just, it ain't even like it's falling apart. It's already been stupid. It's already been falling apart. I'm just now realizing it and stuff. So, but anyways, it's like, why not just do that? Why not just have it where there's a settings already, there's a settings in there for the older people? But instead, no, they're all like, oh, let's come out. Because I'm saying, if a person doesn't really know too much about phones, right? And then they're all like, oh, well, this is a cheaper phone than that one. I'm like, huh, I wonder why those are cheaper. And then it's like, and you may get that one nice person. They'll explain it to you. Oh, well, this phone comes with more, like, you know, space. Or it comes with, like, there's more features with it. The camera quality is better. This is better. That is better. All these different things are better. I'm like, that makes sense. Okay, I will get that phone. Even though it's more expensive, I will get that phone. But why not just have something just smack dead in the middle? It's not the smallest phone, but it's not the biggest phone. Alright? It doesn't have the worst camera quality, but at the same time, that camera quality is good. Like, if you want to take a picture of something, it's not going to look like an oil painting. No, it's going to look like a legitimate photo. It's going to look nice. It's going to look pretty good. All right? It's going to look like some professional camera quality stuff, right? I'm saying, and then that's the thing where it's like, not everybody cares about a camera. So stop making it where that's the main feature. There's other features y'all can do with phones. Like, they thinking everybody want a top tier camera. If a person want a top tier camera, they will go to a camera shop and buy themselves a camera. I don't get that. Like, that, it's like, that's the thing. And then at one point, cause no, sit down and think about like the like line of phones and stuff, like all the different things that was like going along with it. First, it was the music. Every phone had to have its own version of music and stuff. Then it was the touch screens. Every phone had to have their own version of the touch. Or no, then it was the texting keyboards. And then it was the touch screens. Now it's the cameras. What's gonna be next? Mind reading? Oh, let's see which phone can mind read better. I'm saying, it's like, you guys, it's a lot of companies trying to compete with one another, but it's like, if you guys just come out with some normal stuff, that's it. That's all that we want. That's all that we ask for. But it's like, if you guys gonna keep coming out with all these different things, I'm telling you, people are gonna get frustrated. People are gonna get annoyed. And there is going to be a legitimate electronic riot. I'm saying, it's as silly as it sounds. As silly as it sounds, there's going to be people all across this world mad because PlayStation doesn't live up to their standards. No, they're too busy trying to compete with Xbox. Oh, let's come out with PlayStation Plus. Let's come out with this feature. Let's come out with that feature. Then you got Xbox. They're trying to be like a PC. Oh, let's come out with Xbox on computers and stuff. Let's come out with, you know, it's like you guys aren't even focused on the original platform itself anymore. I'm saying, it's things like that where I'm like, I don't get that. I don't get that at all, you know? But anyways, and then it's like, yeah, then there's like two different standard Xboxes where it's like, oh, you get the digital one, which is going to save you some space, but at the same time, it's not going to be top tier quality. But then we'll give you the top tier quality one, but it's going to acquire a lot of space. I'm like, man, it's stuff like that where it's like, it just like gaming ain't even fun. Oh, I ain't even want to really talk on gaming, but I'm like, now that we got to that point of gaming, why? Like, honestly, I love the fact that, you know, gaming used to be so easy back in the day, and now I feel like video games don't even try to be a video game anymore. Like, honestly, it's just another way of a company. I feel like that's just another way of a company having another like forms of wallets. Like you sit down and think about like all these different games and all this money that you're putting into, you're just putting more money into whoever the executive, whoever the person is that's behind all that stuff. You're just putting more money in their pocket. Battle passes, season passes, DLC. Well, DLCs, I mean, okay, like it, comes with it and stuff. Like, I don't mind DLCs, but all that extra stuff, I'm like, man, y'all doing too much. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And so, I know one thing for sure: these fireworks is getting out of hand. But I may do a part 2 to this episode tomorrow if I think of some more things to say. But I'm gonna just say right now, all of technology is stupid, and I hate it, alright? So, anyways, but yeah, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching in or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to all my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss, and make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.